Birds are dinosaurs. But there's one bird in particular that has an uncanny resemblance to a velociraptor. It's the cassowary. This imposing creature has been labeled the world's deadliest bird. A dubious honor, but is it deserved? If you come across this giant bird, will it chase and attack you like you just fell into Jurassic World?
Hey!
Or are we exaggerating the danger? To find out if cassowaries really are the stuff of nightmares, we've been looking at the facts and videos of some pretty scary big bird confrontations. There are 3 species of cassowary. We're talking about the largest, the southern cassowary, which lives in the ancient tropical rainforests of Australia's far north, where they call it the dinosaur bird. Cassowaries and all other birds really are living dinosaurs. They come from a lineage known as theropods, the only dinosaurs to survive the mass extinction which happened around 66 million years ago. Some theropods were able to fly. As cassowaries evolved, they eventually lost this ability. They grew larger, their wings grew smaller until all that was left was these sad-looking quills. Cassowaries traded a life of freedom in the skies for the ground, and nature endowed them with some very effective weapons to stay safe. There's no doubt, you don't want to mess with those feet. A cassowary foot has 3 toes, one with a long, dagger-like claw. Its feet are attached to a set of incredibly muscular legs, capable of propelling the bird well over a meter off the ground. When threatened, the cassowary uses that power to kick its legs forward and down in one sharp movement. A very efficient technique for disemboweling. And in case that isn't enough, it can also stomp on its victims. Technically speaking, it does look like the cassowary is a very dangerous bird. However, their killer rate is low. They've killed 2 people since 1926. The first, a 16-year-old boy who was fatally wounded after his dog attacked a cassowary. And in 2019, a cassowary breeder who was killed by one of his captive birds. To put that into perspective, every year in the US, pet dogs kill up to 50 people and bite more than 4.5 million. About 200 cassowary attacks are reported every year. They can chase, charge, push, peck, headbutt, or in the worst case, jump on their victims. Yet, by nature, cassowaries are shy, solitary birds that normally avoid humans. In fact, adult cassowaries barely tolerate one another's company. Except between May and November, when the urge to mate brings these big birds together. Once the female lays her eggs, she exits the scene for good, leaving the male to sit on them for up to 50 days until they hatch. Cassowary males aren't just Mr. Moms, but also single parents. They raise the chicks and are extremely protective of them. A bad time to encounter a father cassowary in the wild. Normally, coming across a cassowary in the forest doesn't result in a confrontation. But beware, they are territorial birds and can chase off trespassers and aggressors at great speed. They've been clocked at speeds of up to 50 kilometers an hour. That's faster than Usain Bolt, and he didn't have to run through dense vegetation. When they're not crashing through the forest at full throttle, cassowaries are like phantoms. You may not even be aware when a cassowary is close until you have that creepy feeling that someone or something is watching, or even swimming with you. And this is exactly what happened to the director of our film. While filming cassowaries, she entered a waterhole to escape the heat and biting insects. Then, she got that creepy feeling. When she turned around, she discovered this cassowary had joined her. It's a big one, a female, about 1.5 meters tall and at least 50 kilos. Females are larger than males and have a more impressive casque on their heads. After 15 minutes, the cassowary returned to the forest as silently as she had arrived. Encountering a cassowary in the wild has the potential to be dangerous.
Don't touch it, Danny.
If the bird feels threatened,
It's still following.
but the majority of cassowary attacks don't occur that way. 70% of aggressive encounters happen because cassowaries have become habituated to humans. Why? Because we started to hand feed them. And at least since watching Jurassic Park, we all know, never feed the dinosaurs. Some people think that feeding cassowaries helps them. Others are looking for a special connection with this wild, ancient creature by having them peck food out of their hands. But that giant beak can do serious damage. Feeding cassowaries has taken their natural fear of humans away. They've become bold and aggressive when they want food. Even if you don't have any intention of feeding them, they can pursue and harass you. Cassowaries have become masters of intimidation. Our actions have changed their natural behavior and placed them at risk. It's official. Feeding cassowaries can kill them. When cassowaries leave the forests in search of an easy meal, they are in danger of being hit by a car or attacked by pet dogs. So, is the cassowary the world's deadliest bird? Well, it definitely has the weapons to do some major damage. And true, it has injured, and on the very rare occasion even killed people. But the chances of suffering a cassowary attack are minimal. There are only an estimated 4,400 left in the wild in Australia, so they are the endangered ones, not us. But anyway, if you are lucky enough to see one of these iconic birds in the wild, here are a few tips to help make the encounter a safe, awesome experience, without igniting your deepest primal fear. Oh no. Remember, this is a wild animal, not a giant chicken. You might feed chickens, but never feed a cassowary. And don't leave food scraps lying around. Keep your distance. Don't approach cassowaries. They're unpredictable. And if the tables are turned and you are the one being approached, resist the temptation to turn your back and run away. Remember, they can run faster than you. Instead, keep your head, stay calm, and slowly back away. From Australia to the rest of the world, we have more awesome animals for you. So check out our Wild to Know playlist, subscribe, and hit the alert button so you don't miss our next upload.